Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In Ezekiel chapter 37, we have the vision of the valley of dry bones. And this is a vision that Ezekiel had of this valley that was filled with dry bones. Not just bones, but dry bones. In other words, the picture here was that there was death, and true death, absolute death, and what would seem as though irreversible death. And yet, when Ezekiel saw this valley of dry bones, the Lord says, can these bones live? And Ezekiel answers, "Oh Lord, you know." And then he has him prophesy over them, and then it goes through and describes how these bones become a mighty army. And so, this total reversal of death and hopelessness and a way in which God is showing that there was hope even beyond death. And this is applied to the house of Israel at the time, because in verse 11 it says, "Then he said to me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried up and our hope has perished. We are completely cut off." And so here the Lord is responding to the attitude of the exiles who felt as though really all hope was lost. And we can kind of understand why they would have thought that. They would have experienced the Babylonian captivity. They would have experienced the taking away of a lot of people, but also the death of a lot of their countrymen, them being reduced to a very small number, seeing Jerusalem, or at least hearing about Jerusalem being destroyed and set on fire. Everything looked bleak. It looked as though this was the end of the nation. Like this was the end of the rope. There was no more hope. There was no more future. This was it. And that's how they felt. They felt like they were these dry bones. Our bones are dried up and our hope has perished. We are completely cut off. And yet the Lord is showing them that he has the power of resurrection, that he can breathe life back into that which is dead. And in doing so, he's showing the house of Israel that he can bring them back to life. He can restore them once again, and he will restore them once again, this prophecy would say, and that they would once again have life, become full of vitality, and they would again flourish as a people. And so there was hope. There was a future for the house of Israel. And as we think about it and reflect upon it in our own personal lives, we can think about perhaps times in which we felt very similar to these exiles. Maybe sometimes we feel as though we are at the end of our rope. We feel as though all hope is lost, maybe because of traumatic experiences that we've had, maybe because of the loss of loved ones we've had, maybe because of physical ailments that we might be experiencing. It could be a whole lot of different things, but for whatever reason, we feel as though we're done. We're done for. There is no more hope. We might as well just waste away. All of our bones are dried up. Our hope has perished. We are completely cut off. And there are times in which people feel this way, and often feel this way. Well, this vision ought to encourage us to say, you know what? Yes, sometimes things do look bleak, and maybe they look bleak for a very long time. But no situation is beyond God's control. No situation is too far gone to where the Lord can't breathe life into it once again, and breathe life into us once again. We might think that our service to the Lord is now done for. We might feel as though really us being able to move forward in life is over with. But God can breathe life. He can make things new once again, and he can restore us once again, and he can breathe life into a situation that looks like it's filled with nothing but death and hopelessness. And so this ought to encourage us to continue seeking the Lord, to continue lifting our eyes up to him in anticipation of the great things that he can do, and to realize that he has a future for us as well, and that he can restore us, he can renew us, he can bring us back to life again, and he can move us forward in life. And And even if our situation ends in death, we know that there is the future hope of a resurrection in which he will truly and literally restore us again and renew us again, and we'll be able to live with him forever. So we should not give up hope, but continue to labor with the Lord, seek the Lord, draw close to the Lord, knowing that he has good things in store for us. So I think these are some things that we can draw from Ezekiel chapter 37 today. And so with that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.